CBS Y and R Spoilers Weekly. Wednesday, October 23, 2024. Young and the Restless. As the week unfolds on The Young and the Restless, drama intensifies in Genoa City with shocking revelations and unexpected alliances. Here's what to expect in the episode airing on October 23, 2024. Key spoilers for Wednesday, October 23. Sharon's confession. Sharon finally comes clean about her actions and their consequences, revealing the truth behind her confrontation with Phyllis. This moment is pivotal as it could change the dynamics between the characters. Kyle's dilemma. Kyle faces a critical decision regarding his loyalty to his family versus his responsibilities at Abbott. The pressure from Victor and the rest of the Abbott clan weighs heavily on him, forcing him to reconsider his priorities. Nikki's strategy. Nikki devises a plan to regain control over the Newman enterprises and outsmart Victor. Her determination to assert her influence creates ripples throughout the family, leading to tense confrontations. Faith's evidence. Faith takes a bold step by presenting new evidence to Chance about Sharon's incident with Phyllis, potentially impacting the legal outcomes for both women. This move adds another layer of complexity to the already strained relationships. Daniel's turmoil. Daniel finds himself caught in a whirlwind of emotions as he navigates his past with Sharon and the current crisis with Phyllis. His struggle for understanding and support from his family comes to a head. What to watch for? Unexpected alliances. Relationships will be tested, and new partnerships may form as characters grapple with trust and betrayal. Intense confrontations. Expect heated exchanges between Sharon, Phyllis, and other key players as secrets come to light. Cliffhangers ahead. Wednesday's episode promises to leave viewers on the edge of their seats with shocking twists that could change everything in Genoa City. Stay tuned to The Young and the Restless as this week unfolds, revealing more secrets and drama that will keep fans talking. The Young and the Restless spoilers Wednesday, October 23. Sharon faces Daniel's pressure, Nick and Phyllis clash. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, October 23, reveal that Phyllis Summers will deliver disturbing news to Nick Newman and voice her concerns. It sounds like Phyllis will share her accusations against Sharon Newman, but Nick may have a hard time buying that Sharon eliminated Heather Stevens and framed Daniel Romalotti Jr. When Nick refuses to see things her way, Phyllis will definitely get frustrated with him. Nick may think Phyllis should trust the justice system, but she'll refuse to let Daniel go down for something that wasn't his fault. Phyllis may vow to find proof against Sharon instead and leave Nick worried about what her plans are. Nevertheless, Phyllis will intend to do whatever it takes to clear Daniel's name, even if it means resorting to some shady strategies. Over with Daniel, he'll corner Sharon and insist she needs to make a confession. Daniel will swear he's an innocent man, and he may argue that Sharon knows that too despite what she told the cops. Sharon gave Chance Chancellor updates on her visit to Daniel and Heather's apartment, where Heather supposedly shared that she had a big argument with Daniel earlier. It's true that Sharon was at the apartment that night, but she was lying about the fight. Daniel will want Sharon to admit she made that part up, and he may push her to admit anything else she might be guilty of. Perhaps Daniel will decide there could be some truth to Phyllis' theory, and urge Sharon to confess if she's to blame for Heather's demise and the frame-up. Of course, Sharon will deny any involvement, so Daniel will be out of luck if he was hoping she'd offer real answers. At some point, Danny Romalotti will get on a video call with Daniel, who'll admit the evidence against him is bad. Daniel will have a hunch that the police are going to come knocking, but Christine Blair will return soon to serve as his attorney. Based on our Y&R predictions, Phyllis will catch Sharon off guard with some sneaky tactics in the coming episodes, so that could bring some new clues and fierce face-offs. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sharon will struggle to hide her trail as the storyline heats up. CDL will have other great Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so visit us often for more Y&R info. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman might have to shift gears if Phyllis Summers gets too close to proving the truth. Phyllis is on a mission to clear Daniel Romalotti Jr.'s name, which could lead to her scoring evidence that Sharon set him up. At some point, Cameron Kirsten might push Sharon down another devious path. Perhaps Cameron will argue that Sharon has bungled the whole thing and needs a new strategy. Since Phyllis won't rest until she gets Daniel off the hook and proves he was framed, Cameron might point out that Sharon has to find a new culprit. Maybe Cameron will pressure Sharon to pin Heather Stevens' demise and Daniel's frame-up on someone else. What if Cameron pushes Sharon to pivot and set Lily up next? After all, it'd be easy to make Lily look like a vengeful woman scorned. Daniel cheated with Heather while Lily was out of town supporting Maddie Ashby, so Lily came home to a betrayal and watched him reunite with his former flame. I&R fans will recall that Lily already fired Daniel for payback, so Cameron might think they can work with that and make it seem like it wasn't enough. If Sharon plants the right clues, it might look like Lily eliminated Heather and framed Daniel in the aftermath. Since Lily had a key to Daniel's place once upon a time, the cops might assume she still had a copy and used it to stash the incriminating items. Sharon would undoubtedly protest if Cameron urged her to pin all this on innocent Lily, but Cameron might insist it's better than Sharon going down herself. It might be the only way to make Phyllis drop all this and ensure that Sharon stays a free woman. Since Cameron is really just conveying Sharon's worst thoughts and impulses, she might listen to him and let Lily take the fall. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sharon will do some wild things in the coming weeks, so stick with us for more predictions on all the chaos and updates on any stunning news to come. CDL's where you want to be for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so stop by regularly for more I&R details. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, October 22, give Chelsea another opportunity to prove that she should be the center of everything when she offers Adam unsolicited advice on how to deal with his father. Grow and glow. Adam told Victor back when his father commanded Adam to take over Newman Media that Adam wouldn't use it as a weapon against Jack. Victor just commanded Adam to use Newman Media as a weapon against Jack, and got all confused when his son didn't instantly jump to attention, but instead got up and walked out the door. This isn't the first time Adam has been flummoxed by his father. It's also not the first time Chelsea has offered her 2 cents, though her advice has never been particularly useful. Listen closely. And while his own son figures out why Victor is always right, Victor decides to drop some truths on the late Neil's son. Devin is about to marry Victor's daughter in a wedding Abby isn't allowed to know anything about, which is normal. Victor has some advice Devin didn't ask for. Is it about business? Is it about his life? Is it about how to parent Victor's grandchild? Does it matter? Every word out of Victor's mouth is gold. So why isn't Devin taking notes? Everything I do it for you. Nate likes to help. He helped Victor fake his own death. He helped Elena cheat on Devin. He helped Victoria win in business. And he helped his own family lose. Nate is a helper. Now he has a plan to help Audra. Will it do as promised, or will it only help him in the end? The Young and the Restless spoilers recap for Tuesday, October 22, reveals that Kyle Abbott will still be dwelling on the major blowup he witnessed between Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott, so Claire Newman will help lift his spirits. Since Harrison Abbott will be off from school, Claire will convince Kyle to join them on a day at the farm, complete with pig belly rubs. Kyle will thank Claire afterward and open up about the pain of watching his parents turn on each other, so she'll embrace him. In the park, Nate Hastings will make a pitch to Devin Hamilton Winters and play up what a great asset Audra Charles would be to Winters, but Devin will insist there's no chance in hell of him hiring her. At Society on Tuesday's I&R episode, Audra will approach Laylee Winters to talk about how Victor Newman screwed them both over. However, Audra will have no intention of giving up on Glissade, and that's something she'll relay to Nate when he meets up with her. Nate will give Audra updates on the pitch he made to Devin earlier, so Audra will lash out over him, making her look like a charity case. After Nate smooths things over, Audra will stand by her decision not to let Kyle win. At Crimson Lights, Phyllis Summers will pester Billy Abbott about Abbott Chancellor again, but he'll push her to back off and will act like he doesn't have time for this. Once Phyllis stomps off, Sally Spectra will appear and join Billy at his table. Phyllis will spy nearby and fume over Billy making time for Sally instead of her. Billy and Sally will address their recent kiss, so Sally will suggest they both needed it. That said, Sally will think it happened for the wrong reasons and will joke about how it could have been worse if they'd landed in bed together. Sally will acknowledge that her friend pushed for a revenge hookup, but she won't be looking to make any more mistakes, and Billy will be on the same page. Once Sally exits, Phyllis will confront Billy about his pity party with Sally. After Phyllis urges Billy to get things back on track with Chelsea Lawson instead, Billy will assure her that Sally is just a friend. After a news alert pops up about an Abbott Chancellor article, Phyllis will read some of it to Billy. It'll be a smear piece from Newman Media that trashes Billy's leadership, so Phyllis will insist this is Victor's doing and will want to fight back. At the GCAC, Chelsea will deliver Connor Newman's shin guards to Adam, so Victor will witness the interaction and praise them for being great co-parents. Victor will also admit to Chelsea that Sally was never right for Adam before insisting Chelsea is right for him instead. Once Victor leaves, Chelsea will question whether a reunion is really what Adam wants and will basically remind him that their love wasn't healthy. Adam will play up how both Connor and Victor can see the potential for their reunion too, but Chelsea will think it'd just end in disaster all over again. Chelsea will argue that maybe they could survive that, but Connor couldn't. Despite Adam's belief that they could really make it work this time, Chelsea will insist that they won't find happiness again with each other. Once Chelsea sees the new article against Billy drop, she'll fume and ask Adam if he's going after Billy because of her. Back in the park, Devin will cross paths with Victor and call him out for promising Lily a job with no intention of giving it to her. Victor will contend that Lily should work at Winters instead and will hope Devin can help talk her into it. Later, Sally will bump into Victor as well. After Victor brings up the fact that Sally dumped Adam, she'll admit she's glad Adam isn't in her life anymore now that she's seeing his hatchet job on Billy. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Adam will continue to make dirty moves on Victor's orders, so stick with us for more predictions on all the backlash. CDL's where you want to be for terrific Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news, so make us your top lie and our source. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks are here. From October 21 to November 1, 2024, expect Amy Lewis comes to Genoa City to drop a bomb on Nate Hastings. Forensics alerts Chance Chancellor to new evidence. Daniel Romalotti, Juror corners Sharon Newman. Also, Phyllis Summers flips out when Nick Newman defends Sharon. Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Chance Chancellor's new evidence. Y&R spoilers for the week of October 21 reveal that Chance will continue investigating Heather Stevens' death. Daniel finally gave permission for the police to search the penthouse. Chance discovered Heather's phone as well as the bloody towels. Chance said that both Daniel and Lucy Romalotti need to leave the penthouse for a while. Chance is alerted when forensics finds new evidence inside of Daniel and Heather's penthouse. NICk&PHYLLIS spoilers. Phyllis Summers investigates. During the week of October 21, Phyllis will do what she can to prove Daniel is innocent. Phyllis has a theory, which is that Sharon might have killed Heather. Everyone seems to be in disbelief with this theory. However, Phyllis isn't going to stop until she learns the truth and can prove it. Phyllis talks to Nick and likely brings up Sharon. It is teased that Phyllis will lose patience with Nick. So it sounds like Nick defends Sharon when Phyllis suggests she could be guilty of murder. Phyllis has hacking skills, so she will probably be the one to find the proof. Phyllis having to work with Christine Blair, Laura Lee Bell, to save Daniel will be interesting. It wasn't that long ago that Phyllis and Christine were at each other's throats. Plus, Daniel corners Sharon and tries to get her to come clean. Daniel must finally connect the dots, but this could be deadly. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Week of October 21, 2024. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of October 21 reveal that Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra share a drunken kiss. Meanwhile, Chelsea Lawson doles out some tough love to Adam Newman. Nikki Newman tries to repair things with Lily Winters, however, Lily rejects Nikki's olive branch. It seems Lily is a bit too overconfident that she will be running Abbott Chancellor again. Jill Abbott doesn't like to relinquish control in the first place. Plus, Lily didn't come to her after getting fired. Instead, she gave Victor Newman intel, so Lily could lose in the end. Nate helps out Audra Charles somehow. Also, Jack Abbott evicts Diane Jenkins Abbott. Later, Victor tries to recruit Diane to take down Jack. NICk&PHYLLIS spoilers. Next 2 weeks. During the week of October 28, expect Amy to meet with Nate again. This time, Amy will come to Genoa City and has important news to share. There should also be a conclusion to Heather's murder story. At the very least, the police should know it's Sharon. Now, what will Sharon do to avoid going to prison and facing the horror of her family? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most in the next 2 weeks? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Jack Abbott could make Kyle Abbott a tempting offer and hope that his son can't refuse. This whole mess started because Kyle wanted the Abbott co-CEO seat, so Jack might make a pitch that involves running the company as a team again. Whether Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott's marriage drama is real or part of a show they're putting on, Diane can't stay in that co-CEO spot. It makes sense for Jack to ultimately offer it to Kyle instead and push for his help destroying Glissade. Jack may insist he's ready to be allies and stress the importance of preserving the Abbott family legacy. Perhaps Jack will tug at Kyle's heartstrings by bringing up Grandpa John Abbott and what he would want. Jack might act like he's seen the light and wants to share the throne with Kyle at this point. Kyle has been craving his father's support for quite some time, so Jack could finally give him that, even if it's all part of a sneaky plan. Whatever the case, this could lead to Kyle turning against Victor Newman. Kyle could land in the perfect position to rapidly destroy Glissade from the inside and betray Victor in the process. It'd be interesting if Jack and Diane plan to teach Kyle a lesson with all this. The idea might be for Kyle to ruin Glissade while expecting the Abbott co-CEO seat in return, only to find out this was all his parents' scam. However, Diane and Jack might let all their grudges go in the end. Maybe Diane could decide that Kyle really does belong in the co-CEO spot with his dad, and Jack could decide his son's punishment is less important than family unity. In other words, what started out as a scheme could turn into a genuine path to Abbott peace. Regardless, Glissade's downfall could be brewing if Kyle gets on board with sinking it. Our NICk&PHYLLIS predictions hint that some twists and turns are coming up in Kyle's storyline, so stay tuned for updates on whether he might commit a major Victor betrayal. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Kyle could find himself stuck in more Abbott-Newman conflict in the coming weeks, so don't miss all the shocking news ahead. Be sure to make CDL your top Y and R source for all the sizzling Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates you need. No one understands the Young and the Restless Adam Newman better than his portrayer, Mark Grossman. So he is well aware that, despite the way that his character clashes with his father, obviously, underneath it all, he wants to live up to the Victor Newman Jr. name. That isn't necessarily what Grossman wants, however, and we have a feeling that viewers would be 100% into the plot that he's hatched for his Genoa City alter ego. I would love to do a storyline where Adam started his own business and was doing his own thing, and it was a big kind of middle finger to the family, he tells Soaps.com. I would really enjoy that. And I've always liked it when Adam works with Jack and how that sort of triggers Victor. I guess what I'm saying is I enjoy any time Adam can stick it to Victor, he adds with a laugh. And I enjoy working with Peter Bergman, who brings out the best of everyone he works with. It would be only fair for Jack to recruit Adam since Victor pounced on Jack's son Kyle the first chance that he got. What do you think? Would you like to see Jack and Adam take down Victor and Kyle? As we delve into the week of October 21 to 25 in The Young and the Restless, the drama intensifies with Daniel grappling with serious predicaments while Diane's life starts to crumble. Fans should brace themselves for a week packed with turmoil and unexpected twists. Tensions are running high within the Abbott family, especially as Kyle's actions create a significant rift between him and his parents. In a shocking turn of events, Kyle is implicated in a scandal involving a formula stolen from Abbott, which he allegedly handed over to the competitor Glissade. This betrayal sends shockwaves through both the family and the business, causing a cascade of problems. Adding fuel to the fire, Audra, recently dismissed from Abbott, drops a bombshell revelation that Victor Newman, the shrewd and formidable businessman, was not only behind Kyle's hiring, but is also the hidden investor orchestrating Glissade's hostile takeover. Victor, ever the puppet master, seems to delight in the chaos he's created. As Diane's marriage and family relationships begin to unravel, Victor's sinister grin suggests he anticipated this fallout. Diane, feeling the weight of her crumbling life, confides in Tracy about Jack's request for her to move out. With her family dynamics in disarray, Diane finds herself on the precipice of losing everything she holds dear. Meanwhile, Daniel's troubles escalate as he becomes entangled in a life-threatening situation. Previously, Sharon set a sinister plan in motion, planting incriminating evidence related to Heather's supposed murder in Daniel's apartment. She alerted Chance to the growing friction between Daniel and Heather, primarily due to Heather's desire to move away. The situation takes a dark turn when police, acting on Sharon's manipulation, conduct a search of Daniel's apartment. They uncover Heather's missing phone and the bloody towels Sharon had hidden in his liquor cabinet, sealing Daniel's fate. In the upcoming episodes, the stakes rise as a police officer informs Chance, "We've got something," implying that Sharon's underhanded scheme to frame Daniel is coming to fruition. In a nail-biting moment, Danny confronts his son about the mounting evidence against him, to which Daniel grimly responds, "Let's just say it's solid enough that I'm expecting a knock on my door at any moment." Despite the grim outlook, there might be a flicker of hope on the horizon. Phyllis, Daniel's fiercely protective mother, begins to suspect that Sharon could be the actual mastermind behind Heather's murder. Her growing determination suggests that she might uncover the truth before it's too late for her son, potentially turning the tide in Daniel's favor. As the week unfolds, the intersecting storylines of Diane's crumbling family life and Daniel's impending legal disaster take center stage, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Will Diane be forced to confront the harsh reality of losing everything, including her marriage? And can Daniel unravel the web of deceit before the police come knocking at his door? Stay tuned for this dramatic week on Asterisk, The Young and the Restless Asterisk, where every twist and turn promises to keep viewers guessing and invested in the unfolding chaos. Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, October 22, indicate some unexpected plot twists in the land of Genoa City. Next on Young and the Restless, one character gets unsolicited advice, while another gives a reality check, and a boyfriend goes out on a limb for his gal pal. What kind of drama is set to unravel on Tuesday? Time to dive right in. The Young and the Restless spoilers, the mustache's advice. Y&R spoilers for Tuesday, October 22, reveal that Victor Newman will give his future son-in-law, Devon Hamilton Winters, some unsolicited advice. Is this about business or marriage? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Y&R spoilers, Chelsea Lawson's reality check. Across town, Y&R spoilers for Tuesday, October 22 hint that Chelsea Lawson will get a reality check from Adam Newman. Could Chelsea still be pining for a reunion with Billy Abbott? That ship has not only sailed but docked into a new harbor. Billy shared a kiss with Sally Spectra during the Monday, October 21 episode. Even though both were a bit tipsy, sparks flew everywhere, and it locked in the idea that Chelly and Ally were through, and the show is officially ushering in the silly romance era. At the end of the day, if Chelsea mentions wanting Billy back, there's no doubt that Adam will give her a reality check in this regard. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Nate Hastings tries to help Audra Charles. Lastly, Y&R spoilers for Tuesday reveal that Nate Hastings will go out on a limb to help Audra Charles. Audra is jobless right now, so could he suggest to Devon that they hire her for a role at Winters? Considering how much Devon dislikes Audra, and he can't trust her if Nate brings this up, he'd certainly be extending himself. Are you excited about Tuesday's show? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the Y&R on CBS regularly to catch all the drama, and visit SOS Daily for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Lily Winters and Nate Hastings won't be the only family at Devon Hamilton Winters' wedding to Abby Newman Abbott. According to Soap Opera Digest, his biological mother and sister will be attending as well. The report reveals a family reunion will occur on the Wednesday, November 13 episode, which also happens to be the day the soap is celebrating its 13,000th episode, when Sheen Lawson and Anna Hamilton return. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Mom and Sis's history in Genoa City. Y&R spoilers remind fans that Lawson was last seen in GC in May 2023, and prior to that, she had a run as Harmony from 2005 to 2006. Meanwhile, Anna Hamilton first arrived on the canvas in 2008, exiting in 2012, and was played by Jamia Simone Nash at the time. Lott was recast in the role in 2018 and left the show in 2019. Lawson is the executive producer, director, co-creator, and cast member of All Things Undone, ATU, a scripted sci-fi podcast. Interestingly enough, it snagged the 2023 Webby Award for Best Scripted Podcast Series. Meanwhile, Lott has been busy as of late, with a recent guest appearance on CW's All-American, Homecoming, and a starring role in the movie Praise This. She's also set for an appearance on the show, based on a true story, which will be streaming in November on Peacock. Y&R spoilers, the Dabby wedding will be a major affair. In addition to Lott and Lawson, Brittany Sarby will be reprising her role as Elena Dawson for the Y&R's special 13,000th episode. However, it's unclear if Elena will return for the Dabby wedding or to bring chaos to it. After all, while Elena is a friend of Devon's, she also happens to be an ex. Is the daytime drama setting up something steamy to happen between Elena and Devon before he ties the knot? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Are you excited about Anna and Harmony's return? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the Y&R on CBS regularly to catch all the drama, and visit CTS Daily for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Jack Abbott could make Kyle Abbott a tempting offer and hope that his son can't refuse. This whole mess started because Kyle wanted the Abbott co-CEO seat, so Jack might make a pitch that involves running the company as a team again. Whether Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott's marriage drama is real or part of a show they're putting on, Diane can't stay in that co-CEO spot. It makes sense for Jack to ultimately offer it to Kyle instead and push for his help destroying Glissade. Jack may insist he's ready to be allies and stress the importance of preserving the Abbott family legacy. Perhaps Jack will tug at Kyle's heartstrings by bringing up Grandpa John Abbott and what he would want. Jack might act like he's seen the light and wants to share the throne with Kyle at this point. Kyle has been craving his father's support for quite some time, so Jack could finally give him that, even if it's all part of a sneaky plan. Whatever the case, this could lead to Kyle turning against Victor Newman. Kyle could land in the perfect position to rapidly destroy Glissade from the inside and betray Victor in the process. It'd be interesting if Jack and Diane plan to teach Kyle a lesson with all this. The idea might be for Kyle to ruin Glissade while expecting the Abbott co-CEO seat in return, only to find out this was all his parents' scam. However, Diane and Jack might let all their grudges go in the end. Maybe Diane could decide that Kyle really does belong in the co-CEO spot with his dad, and Jack could decide his son's punishment is less important than family unity. Are you excited about Tuesday's show? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the Y&R on CBS regularly to catch all the drama, and visit SOS Daily for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Lily Winters and Nate Hastings won't be the only family at Devon Hamilton Winters' wedding to Abby Newman Abbott. According to Soap Opera Digest, his biological mother and sister will be attending as well. The report reveals a family reunion will occur on the Wednesday, November 13 episode, which also happens to be the day the soap is celebrating its 13,000th episode, when Sheen Lawson and Anna Hamilton return. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Mom and Sis's history in Genoa City. Y&R spoilers remind fans that Lawson was last seen in GC in May 2023, and prior to that, she had a run as Harmony from 2005 to 2006. Meanwhile, Anna Hamilton first arrived on the canvas in 2008, exiting in 2012, and was played by Jamia Simone Nash at the time. Lott was recast in the role in 2018 and left the show in 2019. Lawson is the executive producer, director, co-creator, and cast member of All Things Undone, ATU, a scripted sci-fi podcast. Interestingly enough, it snagged the 2023 Webby Award for Best Scripted Podcast Series. Meanwhile, Lott has been busy as of late, with a recent guest appearance on CW's All-American, Homecoming, and a starring role in the movie Praise This. She's also set for an appearance on the show, based on a true story, which will be streaming in November on Peacock. Y&R spoilers. The Dabby wedding will be a major affair. In addition to Lott and Lawson, Brittany Sarpy will be reprising her role as Elena Dawson for the Y&R's special 13,000th episode. However, it's unclear if Elena will return for the Dabby wedding or to bring chaos to it. After all, while Elena is a friend of Devon's, she also happens to be an ex. Is the daytime drama setting up something steamy to happen between Elena and Devon before he ties the knot? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Are you excited about Anna and Harmony's return? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tune into the Y&R on CBS regularly to catch all the drama, and visit CTS Daily for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Jack Abbott could make Kyle Abbott a tempting offer and hope that his son can't refuse. This whole mess started because Kyle wanted the Abbott co-CEO seat, so Jack might make a pitch that involves running the company as a team again. Whether Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott's marriage drama is real or part of a show they're putting on, Diane can't stay in that co-CEO spot. It makes sense for Jack to ultimately offer it to Kyle instead and push for his help destroying Glissade. Jack may insist he's ready to be allies and stress the importance of preserving the Abbott family legacy. Perhaps Jack will tug at Kyle's heartstrings by bringing up Grandpa John Abbott and what he would want. Jack might act like he's seen the light and wants to share the throne with Kyle at this point. Kyle has been craving his father's support for quite some time, so Jack could finally give him that, even if it's all part of a sneaky plan. Whatever the case, this could lead to Kyle turning against Victor Newman. Kyle could land in the perfect position to rapidly destroy Glissade from the inside and betray Victor in the process. It'd be interesting if Jack and Diane planned to teach Kyle a lesson with all this. The idea might be for Kyle to ruin Glissade while expecting the Abbott co-CEO seat in return, only to find out this was all his parents' scam. However, Diane and Jack might let all their grudges go in the end. Maybe Diane could decide that Kyle really does belong in the co-CEO spot with his dad, and Jack could decide his son's punishment is less important than family unity. In other words, what started out as a scheme could turn into a genuine path to Abbott peace. Regardless, Glissade's downfall could be brewing if Kyle gets on board with sinking it. Our Y&R predictions hint that some twists and turns are coming up in Kyle's storyline, so stay tuned for updates on whether he might commit a major Victor betrayal. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon Newman might have to shift gears if Phyllis Summers gets too close to proving the truth. Phyllis is on a mission to clear Daniel Grumalotti Jr.'s name, which could lead to her scoring evidence that Sharon set him up. At some point, Cameron Kirsten might push Sharon down another devious path. Perhaps Cameron will argue that Sharon has bungled the whole thing and needs a new strategy. Since Phyllis won't rest until she gets Daniel off the hook and proves he was framed, Cameron might point out that Sharon has to find a new culprit. Maybe Cameron will pressure Sharon to pin Heather Stevens' demise and Daniel's frame-up on someone else. What if Cameron pushes Sharon to pivot and set Lily up next? After all, it'd be easy to make Lily look like a vengeful woman scorned. Daniel cheated with Heather while Lily was out of town supporting Maddie Ashby, so Lily came home to a betrayal and watched him reunite with his former flame. I&R fans will recall that Lily already fired Daniel for payback, so Cameron might think they can work with that and make it seem like it wasn't enough. If Sharon plants the right clues, it might look like Lily eliminated Heather and framed Daniel in the aftermath. Since Lily had a key to Daniel's place once upon a time, the cops might assume she still had a copy and used it to stash the incriminating items. Sharon would undoubtedly protest if Cameron urged her to pin all this on innocent Lily, but Cameron might insist it's better than Sharon going down herself. It might be the only way to make Phyllis drop all this and ensure that Sharon stays a free woman. Since Cameron is really just conveying Sharon's worst thoughts and impulses, she might listen to him and let Lily take the fall. The Young and the Restless spoilers and preview suggests a week full of tensions and rivalry coming up. Heather's murder investigation has led to a strong proof against Daniel. So will it close the case with Daniel's imprisonment, or a twist awaits? Moreover, in the coming week, Jack Abbott issues an ultimatum to Diane Jenkins Abbott. Are they heading towards a split-up? let's dig deeper to unveil the plot. Diane shares a bad news with Tracy. The preview for the week of October 25, 2024, reveals that Victor Newman's evil plan might be working out. The preview video begins with Diane, who drops a disastrous piece of news to Tracy Abbott. She tells Tracy that Jack has asked her to move out of Abbott Mansion, which puts the latter in grave tension. Diane has spilled the gloom at a time when they are already facing trouble in their relationship, and Jack seems really frustrated with her at the moment. Jack and Diane have recently had a huge fight in Kyle and Victor's presence. It seemed pretty humiliating for Diane because Jack went way too far while arguing. But what if it was a staged drama to convince Kyle and Victor? We cannot deny the fact that it is too early for Victor's plan to find such success. Though, as the preview reveals, Diane will head out of Abbott Mansion sooner, and it will raise a concern for Tracy. But whether Jack and Diane are pretending to be at cross, or they really cannot stand each other, will be revealed in the upcoming weeks. A strong evidence against Daniel? Later on, the NICk&PHYLLIS preview shows Chance Chancellor investigating Heather Stevens' murder case. During the investigation, his forensic team can be seen turning Daniel's house upside down. One of his colleagues informs Chance about something very important, and it seems like they have discovered important evidence. By the end of the video, we get to see another shocking development, which convinces Daniel of the trouble ahead. In the video, Daniel is seen video chatting with Danny Romalotti, who questions about the evidence available against him. He says that the evidence is solid enough that they could knock at his door at any moment. Clearly, Daniel's expression says it all that this evidence will land him in prison. We can expect this drama to continue for a while, as the police have found all the evidence pointing towards Daniel. Though it will be a tough time for his family, Summer might desperately look for the clues to prove his innocence. Phyllis could go all after Sharon to save her son from the false conviction. She might try to accuse Sharon of the crime, but will she find any evidence to support her allegations? The Young and the Restless spoilers and preview suggest a tough week ahead for both Daniel and Sharon, because ultimately a single mistake could land them in trouble. But what if the evidence discovered by Chance brings a new twist in the story, revealing the real culprit? Let's wait for the plot to unveil. Until then, keep reading Soap Opera Daily for the latest updates on your favorite soaps and celebs. By the way, do you really think Jack and Diane's marriage is in danger? Share your thoughts in the comments. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal former NICk&PHYLLIS star Doug Davidson called out the show over his character's absence. He did so in a tweet to another currently in limbo actor, Ken Schreiner, who plays on General Hospital, whose character also kind of disappeared. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Heather Stevens' father not included in her funeral. Doug Davidson, the former star of NICk&PHYLLIS, has expressed his discontent with the show regarding Paul's absence during Heather Stevens' Veil Bloom death. There seems to be no fondness left between Davidson and the show. The actor, who portrayed Paul Williams from 1978 until 2020, has openly criticized the show for its lack of respect towards him and his character. Recently, the show's explanation for Paul's absence has particularly upset Davidson. It's been 4 years since Paul was last seen in Genoa City, and a lot has transpired in his life off-screen. The former detective has retired and relocated to Portugal, and he and Christine Blair have since divorced. NICk&PHYLLIS spoilers, not even a Zoom call. While the writers hinted at the chance for a return, Davidson was straightforward in stating that neither he nor his character would be back. Following the tragic passing of his daughter Heather, fans were left wondering how the show would address his absence. When Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziadei, reached out to Paul with the news of Heather's death, the weight of it proved overwhelming. Shortly after their chat, Daniel discovered that Paul had suffered a heart attack, preventing him from attending his daughter's funeral. Paul's absence at Heather's service has left Y and R fans disheartened, and it has also affected Davidson deeply. The Young and the Restless spoilers. The mysterious disappearance of GA's Scotty Baldwin. Paul and Scotty spend time together in Portugal. Davidson recently commented on the show in a Twitter exchange with General Hospital actor Ken Schreiner, Scotty Baldwin on the ABC soap since 1977, who tweeted about his character's unexpected absence. He wrote, "Since the mystery of Scotty Baldwin's disappearance at General Hospital, here are the actors I've heard from. No surprise, we all started to together guess which one calls daily." Schreiner is known for joking about being fired on social media, but this situation feels different. His partner Trish Ramish, who plays the hostess at the Metro Court, has also not appeared on the show. Davidson retweeted Schreiner's message, adding, "Come to Portugal. They have great healthcare. Apparently, I just had a heart attack and I'm feeling fine. Sincerely, Paul Williams, former chief of police, Genoa City." The soap industry can be challenging for veterans like Davidson and Schreiner. While some shows still feature their experienced actors, others reduce their roles or let them go. Spoilers for The Young and the Restless. Phyllis Summers had been inching closer to exposing the truth for months. She suspected that Sharon Newman was behind Heather's death, and now, with her son Daniel's life hanging in the balance, Phyllis was more determined than ever to prove it. Daniel was about to be arrested for a crime he didn't commit, a murder orchestrated and concealed by Sharon. Phyllis knew she couldn't just stand by while her son was framed, so she devised a plan, simple but risky: infiltrate Sharon's home and plant a hidden camera to catch Sharon in a confession. Sharon, plagued by severe mental health issues and experiencing psychotic episodes, had become increasingly erratic. Phyllis had witnessed her strange behavior, conversations with herself, and unsettling references to Cameron, a figure from Sharon's past who still haunted her mind. Sharon had even slipped up, vaguely mentioning Heather's murder during her incoherent ramblings. If Phyllis could catch Sharon on camera talking about her role in Heather's death, it could be the key to Daniel's exoneration. Driven by desperation and a fierce maternal instinct, Phyllis broke into Sharon's house while she was out. With trembling hands, she placed a small hidden camera in the living room, carefully concealing it behind a vase on a high shelf. Now all she could do was wait and hope that Sharon's unraveling mind would reveal the truth. Over the next few days, Phyllis anxiously monitored the footage. Sharon's behavior grew more erratic and unsettling. The camera captured her pacing, muttering angrily to herself, and holding conversations with Cameron, a figment of her delusions. Finally, one night, Sharon cracked. She collapsed on her couch, clutching her head, and confessed aloud, "I didn't mean for it to happen. I just needed her gone. Cameron told me I had no choice." Phyllis's heart raced as she realized Sharon was confessing to Heather's murder. Sharon described how she had staged the crime scene, planted evidence against Daniel, and made sure no one would suspect her. But as Phyllis replayed the footage, a sinking feeling set in. Sharon's confession, while damning, had been part of a conversation with Cameron, a hallucination. Sharon wasn't speaking to a person, she was talking to her delusions. Phyllis realized that even with the footage, Sharon's mental instability might be her defense in court. Her confession could be dismissed as the ramblings of a psychotic break, not a clear admission of guilt. Doubt began to creep in. Was this the smoking gun Phyllis had hoped for, or would Sharon's unstable state render it useless? Despite her doubts, Phyllis refused to give up. She kept the camera rolling, gathering more footage as Sharon's mental state continued to deteriorate. Sharon's conversations with her hallucinations grew darker. She spoke about tampering with evidence and manipulating those around her to keep framing Daniel for Heather's murder. But Phyllis faced a nagging question. Would any of this hold up in court? Sharon's mental condition had deteriorated to the point where it was unclear whether she even understood the reality of her actions anymore. Though Phyllis had always been a fighter, this situation felt more dangerous, like she was playing with fire, and the flames were closing in. Meanwhile, Faith, Sharon's daughter, insisted during a family meeting that they needed to get Sharon professional help. "She's seeing things, Mom. We can't ignore this anymore," Faith urged. Phyllis, recognizing the gravity of the situation, reluctantly agreed to get Sharon help, but demanded that Sharon stay away from Lucy until they understood more. As Sharon began to receive the help she desperately needed, other players in Genoa City recalibrated their strategies. Victor Newman saw an opportunity to further consolidate his power, while Jack struggled to regain his footing in the wake of personal and professional upheaval. Diane, torn between revenge and the possibility of peace, weighed her options carefully. Jack, isolated and vulnerable, sought solace in his memories, replaying moments with Diane now tainted by betrayal. Meanwhile, Diane found herself at a crossroads, the allure of power tempting her even as the cost of pursuing it became clear. She reached out to Lucy in an attempt to bridge the gap, though her true intentions remained hidden. As the simmering tensions between Jack and Diane reached a boiling point, both prepared for an inevitable confrontation. Victor, sensing the impending clash, played his cards carefully, knowing that once Jack and Diane were fully entangled in their personal vendettas, they would be easier to manipulate for his own gain. The question lingered: how long would this war between Jack and Diane last, and would either of them survive the fallout? Claire must avoid mess, Kyle stunned by Jack's defense. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Claire Newman feels compelled to help Kyle Abbott. But as her parents warned her, the Abbott family drama is not something she can solve. As she described it, Claire's growing closeness to Kyle builds on her bond with Harrison Abbott. Their connection was sealed when Jordan Howard kidnapped them. While Erin will never forget Jordan, she is getting past that horrible part of her life. Kyle represents a chance at romance and hopes for a better life, which is why she will probably not be able to avoid his family's problems. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Diane Abbott is fed up. Unless Diane Abbott and Jack Abbott are head-faking everyone, their marriage is collapsing. Victor Newman is reveling in this apparent outcome because he still foolishly holds Jack responsible for negligence with Nikki Newman. As devoted viewers recall, Jack was Nikki's sponsor during her most recent push off the wagon. Jordan forced alcohol into Nikki's veins, which reignited her battle with alcohol. Digitally skipping to now, Diane's resentment of Jack's devotion to Nikki and her disgust with Kyle's betrayal is creating an untenable situation for Jack. It appears that this marriage is soon headed toward divorce court. I&R spoilers. Kyle Abbott's head is turned. Kyle did not expect to leave Summer Newman Abbott, but he felt betrayed by her defense of Phyllis Summers' faked death. She also attempted to frame Diane for it. That specific incident created flashbacks for Kyle and led to him throwing his hard-fought-for marriage to Summer away. Seasoned soap fans recognized that development as the writing staff wanting to put Mueller and Lanier's characters on different plot paths. Claire came into Kyle's life slowly. He never expected to begin falling for her, but that happened. Her complete support of him during this tumultuous time with his parents has also been affirming. A chance for reconciliation with Jack is in the offing. Bergman's character railed against Diane, which Kyle did not expect. This sets the daytime stage for this father and son to heal their rift after Kyle either turns against Victor or is fired by him. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Claire Newman comes into her own. Claire is a poor soul. She was stolen from birth by Jordan to create payback against Victor for his presumed wronging of her sister, the late Eve Howard. Meeting Kyle represented a breakthrough for Claire. She told her mother that being raised by Jordan meant no romantic pursuits. So Kyle was her first crush and potential love. Kyle knows that his relationship with Claire must be handled delicately based on her backstory. A clear path for this couple to continue seems possible in Genoa City, Wisconsin. Could a legendary villain be making a comeback on The Young and the Restless? Fans are buzzing about the possibility of Sheila Carter returning to stir up more trouble in Genoa City. However, the current storyline suggests Sharon Newman might be stepping into Sheila's shoes. Sharon's character has gone from a kind-hearted woman to a ruthless force, surprising longtime viewers with her shocking actions, including framing Daniel for his girlfriend Heather's murder. Sharon's new villainous streak has fans wondering if she's the next Sheila Carter of Genoa City. While it seems extreme in the soap world, characters have returned from worse situations. Victor Newman, for example, has committed numerous crimes and remains a major player on the show. Could Sharon follow the same path and get a second chance after her spiral? As the drama unfolds, another I&R icon is also making headlines. Michelle Stafford, who has portrayed Phyllis Summers since 1994, celebrates 30 years on the show. Originally meant to be a short-lived character, Phyllis quickly became a fan favorite thanks to Stafford's performance. Phyllis has been through it all, scheming, heartbreak, and fierce rivalries, but Stafford isn't done yet. She hints at exploring more of Phyllis's backstory, including her mysterious family history. Meanwhile, Tracy Bregman, known for playing Lauren Fenmore, has some exciting news of her own. Bregman recently enjoyed a luxurious vacation in Europe, sharing glimpses of her adventures in Paris and Barcelona. She also announced her role as a contributing producer on the documentary Let Them Be Naked, which explores the ethical and environmental issues within the fashion industry. The film has already garnered several awards, highlighting Bregman's passion for impactful projects outside of her soap opera career. As The Young and the Restless continues to evolve, fans are left wondering, will Sharon continue down her dark path, or is there redemption ahead? And could Sheila Carter really be returning to Genoa City to shake things up once more? One thing is certain, there's no shortage of drama, and we can't wait to see what happens next. Don't forget to share your thoughts and stay tuned for more updates on the latest twists and turns in Genoa City. As the excitement builds in Genoa City, Abby Newman and Devin Hamilton are on the brink of realizing their dream wedding, a culmination of their journey through a tumultuous relationship. After enduring various challenges, the couple is eager to celebrate their love, surrounded by family and friends. Abby, the cherished daughter of Victor Newman, has finally found stability and joy with Devin, who has proven to be a dependable partner. However, just as they prepare for their big day, shadows from Abby's past threaten to upend their plans. Abby's former lover, Ben Stitch Rayburn, looms like a dark cloud, harboring an unsettling obsession with her. Despite having moved on, Ben has never truly relinquished his feelings for Abby, believing that he alone is meant to be with her. His return to Genoa City sends a ripple of unease through the community, as those who know Abby worry about the potential chaos he could unleash on what should be a joyous occasion. The Newman Mansion, a stunning venue for the wedding, is steeped in its own history of drama and intrigue. While Victor suggests this grand estate as the perfect backdrop, Abby feels an ominous sense of dread. Memories of her family's past, intertwined with her own turbulent experiences, cast a shadow over her anticipation for the wedding. She grapples with conflicting emotions as she prepares to walk down the aisle, even as Devin reassures her that these feelings are merely pre-wedding jitters. Ben Stitch has always been a complicated figure in Abby's life. Their past connection has twisted into something darker, his protectiveness morphed into obsession. As Abby moves forward with her life, Ben is consumed by the delusion that he is her only true love and that anyone who stands between them is a threat. Over the years, he has intervened in her life time and again, believing he is protecting her, when in reality, he has only brought heartache. With Abby and Devon's wedding approaching, Ben sees this event as the ultimate betrayal. To him, Abby marrying someone else is simply unacceptable. He has convinced himself that he is the only one capable of loving her the way she deserves, and this conviction has driven him to a dangerous resolve. Determined to stop the wedding at all costs, he is willing to go to extreme lengths to ensure that Abby does not commit to Devon. Ben's return has been anything but subtle. He has been lurking in the shadows, biding his time, watching Abby and Devon as they plan their future. Although Abby has been too wrapped up in her wedding preparations to notice any warning signs, her loved ones are beginning to sense the danger. Victor's instincts kick in, sensing that something is amiss, while Mickey has a nagging feeling that the wedding won't go as planned. As the big day draws closer, tension mounts within the Newman mansion. Once a place of celebration, it now feels like a ticking time bomb, laden with family drama and the potential for disruption. Victor, ever the protective patriarch, attempts to maintain control, but he cannot shake the feeling that chaos is imminent. Abby starts experiencing a growing sense of dread, something Devon picks up on. He remains attentive, but Abby dismisses her feelings as mere nerves. Deep down, she fears that Ben is indeed back, ready to wreak havoc on her happiness once more. Meanwhile, Ben has been meticulously planning his move, convinced that Abby's decision to marry Devon is a grave mistake that he must rectify. As wedding day approaches, Ben's presence becomes increasingly apparent. Abby begins receiving strange, anonymous messages, heightening Devon's anxiety and concern. He confides in Victor, who acts swiftly to bolster security around the mansion, fully aware that an unwelcome guest could disrupt everything. However, Ben is no ordinary threat. He knows the mansion inside and out, making him a cunning adversary. On the wedding day, the air is thick with tension, every guest and every corner of the mansion scrutinized for signs of trouble. Yet, despite the heightened security and precautions taken, Ben remains elusive. The question looms, will he make his move, and what consequences will unfold if he does? As Abby and Devon stand on the brink of their future together, the potential for chaos hangs heavy in the air, casting a long shadow over what should be a day of love and joy. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Abby and Devon are on the patio of Crimson Lights discussing all the wedding cakes that they tested. She only had little bites, but he wouldn't let whole slices go to waste. He's going to leave it to her to decide if they want red velvet or the lemon cake. Nate strolls in and joins them, mentioning that he noticed their invitations do not contain the location of the wedding venue. They admit it's a mystery to them too. Victor offered to plan it for them when their venue choice fell through. Nate isn't sure that her father can be trusted. He's a man of mystery. Abby is going to see Victor to try to resolve this. Kissing Devon, she exits. Nate tells Devon that it already looks like they are on their honeymoon. He wonders how Abby will feel when she hears about what Victor did to Lily. Devon admits that he hasn't filled the bride-to-be in on that, and this venue situation has him stuck. However, he will be sure to let Victor know what he thinks about what he's done after the wedding. The cousins worry about Lily being determined to go up against Billy and Victor at the same time. They both deserve to go down, but Victor will play hardball. Devon doesn't even think this is a fight worth fighting and won't be good for Lily's reputation. The best thing they can do is convince her to drop this and come back to work with them at Winters. Lily walks into the athletic club and spots Billy drinking at the bar. She avoids him, but he strides over to her table to confront her about going to Jill behind his back. Lily says she knows his mother gave him an ultimatum to make things right. How is he going to do that? Sitting down uninvited, Billy suggests she not get her hopes up. His plans in no way involves bringing her back to the company. "I'll settle for watching your mommy drag you out by your ears," she says. Billy claims he gave her every opportunity to be partners. As they bicker, Lily tells him to enjoy the power before his mom comes back to town and takes it away. Billy complains that she always gets other people to fight her battles for her. Lily thinks he's jealous that people want to help her when Phyllis is all he has. After they argue about who will be the one to gloat in the end, Billy stomps off. Nikki approaches and asks Lily if she can join her. Lily has nothing to say to her. The Newman still wants to talk and sits down. "Why should I listen to any more of your lies?" asks Lily. Nikki wants them to have the conversation Catherine would want them to have. When Lily accuses her of using Catherine to manipulate her, Nikki points out it's what her friend would have done too. They rehash how Victor lied to Lily, and Nikki adds she didn't tell her anything untruthful. "I was played by both of you," Lily declares. Nikki regrets this and wants to try to undo the damage. "You really think I'm going to work with you after what you did?" Lily asks. Nikki offers her perks and a higher salary, but that's not what this is about for Lily, who declares that no price can be put on what she did for the company. When Nikki suggests they could do great things together, Lily spits back that Nikki should admit she can't do the job without her. Newman Media is a mom-and-pop shop compared to Chancellor. She's sure that Nikki knows she can't do the job by herself. The Newman repeats that she would prefer to do this with her. Dismissing this, Lily says it would be a step down for her. She adds that Nikki is in no position to offer anyone anything at Chancellor. "If you'll excuse me, this is my table," Lily prods. After Nikki has departed, Nate and Devin arrive. They ask Lily to come back to Winters. She reminds them she's already refused this offer a few times. She appreciates being wanted but isn't giving up her fight for Chancellor. Lily reveals that she's spoken to Jill about Billy's bad management. She'll be in town for the wedding and will be taking stock. Lily is determined to undermine Billy every chance she gets and get back into the company. She's confident that Jill would rather put her in charge than risk losing everything to Victor. Devin and Nate think her plan is a long shot. Devin still thinks she should come back to Winters. That's what their father would want. He promises that he would never disrespect her the way that Victor and Billy have, and notes that even if she got Chancellor back, the battle wouldn't end. As Devin repeats that she belongs with her family, Nate gets another message from Amy Lewis. It says she'll be in town tomorrow. He explains to his cousins that when he went to see her, she gave him father's stuff, but he's not sure why. They assume she wants to know something. Nat says the only thing she said is that she has something to tell him. Adam is summoned into Victor's office at Newman. He commends his son on his latest article about the havoc that Billy has been causing at Abbott Chancellor. Adam assumes he called him in to grease the wheels on the plot to use Kyle against Jack. His father suggests he pour them a drink while he explains why he is going after Jack. He claims that he is trying to protect his family. They almost lost Nikki because of Jack's stupid stunt. He nearly killed the love of his life. Adam is sure Jack was only doing what he felt was necessary to save Nikki, but admits that if someone he loved was put at risk like that, he might feel the same way his father does. As Victor crosses his arms, his son explains that he and Sally have split up and it's his fault. He did something they won't be able to come back from. Victor immediately assumes this is connected to Chelsea. He can see they have grown closer while caring for Connor. Adam is explicit that they are not back together. "Well, it is just a matter of time," his father concludes. He thinks Chelsea is far better suited for his son than Sally. The ordeal with Connor has changed her, which just proves it always comes back to family. Pacing, Adam says he can understand why his dad wants revenge on Jack, but he sees things differently. He warns Victor that Kyle will let him down. Victor knows that, but doesn't care because he's not his son. Adam suggests he uses family to get people to do his bidding. He assures his father that he has his loyalty. and adds that he will follow the company line as long as it doesn't mean taking direct shots at Jack and his family. When Abby wanders in, Adam takes off. Father and daughter immediately start discussing the wedding. She's sure it will be a wonderful day, but they need to talk about who will walk her down the aisle. She'd love it if he and Ashley did it together. Abby explains that her mother's recovery in Paris is going well and she should be home soon. Now that they know who is walking her down the aisle, she'd like to know what kind of aisle it is. Will she be riding a miniature horse down it? Will it be indoors or out? Telling her he adores her, Victor says she only needs to hold onto his arm and her mother's, and she will be fine. Abby keeps digging for details, but he remains evasive. Nikki arrives as Abby continues pleading. She tells Abby she doesn't know anything about her wedding either. Declaring this isn't over, Abby walks out. Victor tells Nikki he will be walking his daughter down the aisle with Ashley. His wife updates him that she just spoke to Lily. Victor guesses that Lily has called Jill to tattle on how incompetent Billy is and make her an ally. He predicts that Jill will strip away Billy Boy's power. As they sit at his table, Nikki guesses this is all more personal to him than usual. She worries about what this will do to Johnny and Katie. Her husband thinks Billy will go off to lick his wounds, and they'll all be better off. Nikki thinks he may be out for payback. That's not scaring Victor, who's sure there's nothing Billy can do to hurt them. He won't let anything happen to their grandchildren either. Once the dust is settled, he will also see that Lily is all right. Sally is working at Crimson Lights when Adam comes in and spots her. Once she catches his eye, he tries to talk to her. The interaction is difficult, and he says he's sorry that he made it that way. Packing up her stuff, Sally declares she has a deadline. Adam tries to compliment her on her work. Things have been going well since I took Chelsea's place and she took mine, she says, refusing to discuss the irony of this. When Adam mentions she left stuff behind, she tells him to messenger it to her. On her way out, Sally admits she has no idea when she'll be able to tolerate being in the same room as him. Sally walks into the jazz lounge and finds Billy sitting at the bar alone. He guesses things aren't good for her. She says it's nothing alcohol can't fix. They decide to dispense with the commiserations, and she orders a shot. Soon, the bar is lined with shots. As they drink, Billy asks where she learned her skills. Sally explains that she grew up in a carnival, and they didn't have a drinking age. He admires her and the life that she's managed to build for herself. They toast to that. As they get drunker, Sally confesses that she learned to drive in a clown car when she was 8. At that point, she decides it's time to call it a night. Since she can hardly stand, he offers to wobbly walk her up to her suite. In an explosive turn of events on The Young and the Restless, Jill Abbott has reached her breaking point with Lily Winters, leading to a shocking confrontation that changes everything for both women. As the matriarch of the Abbott family and CEO of Chancellor Winters, Jill has always prioritized loyalty and integrity, but her trust in Lily has been shattered by recent betrayals. Jill once saw Lily as a trusted ally and integral part of her family's business. However, after numerous warnings from her son Billy about Lily's manipulative nature, Jill can no longer ignore the truth. Once considered a respected leader, Lily's recent actions have revealed her to be power-hungry and self-serving, erasing any trace of loyalty she once had. This betrayal not only affects the family dynamic, but threatens the very foundation of the business they built together. The tension between Jill and Lily escalates as Jill finally confronts Lily about her deceitful behavior. The heated argument between them is inevitable, with Jill's disappointment turning into resolute anger. Despite Lily's attempts to justify her actions and plead her case, Jill remains steadfast, determined to hold her accountable for her betrayal. "You're done, Lily," Jill declares, her voice cold and unwavering. "I don't want to see you near my family or my business ever again." This moment marks the end of Lily's time at Chancellor Winters, a company she had once led with ambition, but has now been reduced to ruins due to her disloyalty. In the wake of this confrontation, Lily finds herself isolated and alone. The carefully constructed alliances and friendships she cultivated have crumbled, leaving her reputation in tatters. Once a respected businesswoman, she now grapples with the stark reality of her actions and the consequences they bring. The walls of deceit she built to protect herself have come crashing down, and with them, her aspirations for power and success. On the other hand, Jill experiences a sense of liberation in her decision. She reflects on her son's loyalty and instincts, realizing that he was right all along about Lily. Billy, despite his own struggles, has proven himself to be a true advocate for the family and Chancellor Winters, while Lily's self-interest has led to her undoing. Jill's resolve strengthens as she stands by her son, prepared to rebuild what Lily tried to destroy. However, this battle between Jill and Lily is far from over. Jill is not merely satisfied with severing ties. She is committed to teaching Lily a lesson. Her determination to ensure Lily faces the consequences of her betrayal hints at a deeper conflict brewing beneath the surface. As whispers circulate throughout Genoa City about this dramatic fallout, the community watches closely. Everyone knows that when Jill Abbott sets her mind to something, she will stop at nothing to achieve her goals. The future remains uncertain for Lily. Will she fight back against Jill's decision, or will she finally accept the harsh reality of her situation? As the consequences of her ambition unfold, it becomes clear that her rise to power has turned into a cautionary tale. The betrayal of those who once supported her has left her with nothing but regret and isolation. This story arc is poised to capture the attention of longtime fans and new viewers alike, showcasing the timeless themes of loyalty, betrayal, and the harsh realities of the corporate world. With Jill and Billy standing united, the stage is set for a fierce battle of wills. As the fallout continues, fans are left wondering how this saga will evolve and what it means for the future of Chancellor Winters. The tension is palpable, and the stakes are higher than ever in Genoa City. Will justice be served, or will Lily find a way to claw her way back into the good graces of the Abbott family? Tune in to find out. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Devin and Abby's wedding planning is in full swing, and while viewers can expect the obvious young and restless family members to be there, others will be turning up as well. In fact, the CBS soap has confirmed that we'll be getting a visit from Devin's mom Harmony, aka Yolanda, and sister Anna as Cheen Lawson and Lauren Lott bring their characters back to attend the nuptials. Fans can expect to see the actresses several times, beginning with the show's 13,000th episode, which airs on Wednesday, November 13. The last time we saw Lawson's Harmony was when Devon's bio mom returned to Genoa City in May 2023 for a surprise visit. Both actresses have stayed busy outside of their daytime roles. Lawson is the co-creator, executive producer, director, and cast member for the sci-fi scripted podcast, All Things Undone ITU, which won the 2023 Webby Award for Best Scripted Podcast Series and reached the #1 position on the Apple Podcast Fiction charts. And for those following the series, Part 2 of ATU will launch on Audible in summer 2025. Plus, in January 2025, her new podcast series, Amorph, will launch on the platform as well. Lawson adapted the series from the short stories Trojan Girl and Valedictorian by Hugo Award-winning author N.K. Jemison's How Long Till Black Future Month. Lott recently turned up on the CW's All-American, Homecoming, starred in the film Praise This, and will guest star on Based on a True Story streaming on Peacock in November, where you can also catch up on Days of Our Lives. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Devon Hamilton Winters will be surrounded by family on his wedding day, as so it is reporting that his biological mother and sister will be in attendance. Jean Lawson is set to reprise her Harmony Hamilton role, as Lauren Lott returns as Anna Hamilton. Sounds Like a Nice Family Reunion is scheduled for the Wednesday, November 13 episode, which is also the day the soap is airing its massive 13,000 celebratory show. My and our fans may recall seeing Lawson in May 2023 for a short return. She originated the role from 2005 to 2006, and actress Debbie Morgan, best known for playing Dr. Angela Baxter Hubbard on All My Children, was recast as the character from 2011 to 2012. Meanwhile, Devon's little sister, with a voice like butter, first arrived in GC in 2008 and was played by young actress Jamia Simone Nash at the time. She exited in 2012, and Lott was recast from 2018 to 2019. It'll be nice to see Devon with his bio mom and sister, and they should both have interesting and fun updates on what's been keeping them busy outside of Genoa City since everyone last saw them. In addition to Lott and Lawson, actress Brittany Sarpy recently revealed on social media that she was participating in the Y and R's special 13,000th episode too. She's reprising her Elena Dawson role, but will she be attending Devon and Abby's wedding, or is she there to crash it? Elena and Devon are friends, but they also were once lovers. Could Elena try and stop the wedding before the couple says, "I do"? The Young and the Restless spoilers hint major drama at Devon and Abby's wedding, so it's hard to say if Elena will be there to celebrate or to disrupt the peace. No nuptials go off without some sort of hitch in the land of Genoa City, so something awful is bound to happen. Still, will Elena be linked to any of the chaos?